I'm Eric Wolschlager, General Manager of the space here, and run some of the programs that come out here. We're super excited to host Lean Lab. I'm excited to see as many people as there are right now. Everything we do here at this space is really dedicated to the growth of the Kansas City community, whether that be technology or more importantly, the future of technology and education. The next generation is really exciting for us. So I'm super happy to have you guys here. For those that have never been here before, this is your first time, this is kind of our main event space where we host some of the bigger events. We do host, we have co-working downstairs, a couple startups, people like Silicon Prairie News. Two of the teams that relocated from our Sprint Mobile Health Accelerator program are actually hosted down there as well. And then we have a free to use, open to the public, meaning every single one of you, whenever you need space or you want to run into somebody, the community space right off of 19th Terrace is open to the public 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Super wicked fast Wi-Fi, free power, cool tables, awesome people. I encourage you to come by and check it out. Come use our space. We really like to see your faces. So thank you so much. Enjoy the show tonight.
Okay. We're about to get started. So, let me adjust this here. Y'all can hear me all right? Yep. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Lean Lab and what we've been up to the last month and the last year, really. So let me get started. Or turn on the remote. All right, so I'm going to bump back a little bit. In 2011, the Kansas City Chamber, with their Big Five initiative, announced and declared that Kansas City would be America's most entrepreneurial community. And in the last 3 years, there's been a ton of progress in that direction. We have Kansas City Startup Village, Google Fiber, 1 million cups, just to name a few of those successes that have taken off. However, at the same time, it's no secret that public education has faced some significant challenges over these last few years. So, I as a teacher have been a teacher the last 6 years at both KCPS and Alta Vista charter schools. And teaching is a noble profession. It's also one of the most difficult. Working 80-hour work weeks with adolescents and in a high-stakes setting can raise anybody's blood pressure. And it did mine. And after a while, it was just really difficult. It was really difficult to problem solve alone, siloed in my own classroom and school building. It was difficult to feel like there wasn't a whole community rallying around support. So I started thinking to myself, what would it mean if we could take the same energy and have the same vision that we have as a city behind entrepreneurship and economic development and have it for our kids in public education? So myself and a few other idealists started getting together. We started convening at grassroots leaders and educators and talking about brainstorming ideas for innovation and education, and also candidly discussing challenges. We hosted a series of pop-up events between January and March, and really just dialogues. We started building this larger community. However, we knew that wasn't enough. We needed to take another step. And so we did. We thought, how can we leverage the talent in the entrepreneurial community and start launching highly impactful education ventures? And we thought, wouldn't it be amazing if we could launch at least 8 highly impactful ventures each year? If each one of those could impact at least 500 kids over 5 years, in less than 20 years, we would have built the capacity to impact all 70,000 kids attending public schools in Kansas City, Missouri. And so that solidified the vision of the Lean Lab. The Lean Lab exists to launch highly impactful and excellent and innovative education ventures. These could be businesses, solutions, initiatives, technology, anything really. And we do that through 2 ways. 1, we build a connected community, and 2, we offer an early stage incubator fellowship program where we train educators and community leaders as entrepreneurs who can launch these initiatives. But we knew that wasn't enough either. We needed a way to ensure that these ventures launched were incredibly impactful and effective. So that's where we took from the entrepreneurial community this idea of Lean Startup. All this really means is once you have an idea for an initiative, you build a very, very bare bones version of it. and then launch it in front of your users. In our case, this is students, parents, teachers, families. Then you learn from it. From their feedback, you decide, is this initiative highly needed, or is it not? Do I need to create something better? Is this initiative, and get their feedback to build something better, and then do it all over again. The whole point is that you're constantly building something better and more effective for our kids, students, families, and teachers. Before we launched the fellowship application, this was our landscape of entrepreneurship and education in Kansas City. We have accelerators and incubators for primarily tech and for-profit businesses popping up in Kansas City. We have nonprofit initiatives that support the entrepreneurship community. The Startup Village, 1 Million Cups Coffee Foundation. We have for-profit education ventures, Lumen Touch, My EdMatch, to name a few. And we have our nonprofit education organizations, Teach for America, Leading Educators, Prep KC. We also have our K-12 public school system. In Kansas City, that means 15 different school districts and 23 plus charter schools. However, there wasn't collaboration or cross-pollination often between these communities. So when we opened up our fellowship application in May, we received 40 applications. Of those, 33% were people of color, 67% identified as women, or were women, and 56% were educators. And we accepted in 5 initiatives. Those 5 initiatives spent 4 weeks with us, and when they entered our program, they had little more than an idea. They took that idea and in the first week did customer development interviews to see if it was really needed. From that, they built that bare bones initiative and did 2 full cycles of customer development to make their initiative or product better. Then they secured partnerships with local schools, school districts, other nonprofits, so that in the fall they can fully pilot their initiatives. And let me tell you about the talent coming into this program this summer. We have a Fulbright Scholar. We have Teach for America alum. We have teachers from KCPS and charter schools in the city. We have a Leading Educators Fellow as well. And this is who they are. We have Ms. Lanessa Cook of Business Allied Scholars, Connor Nowak, founder of EchoGrade, Adisha Valetti, founder of ELL Teacher Archive, Cecilia Belzer-Patton, founder of My Sister Girl Myself, and finally Beth Starver, founder of Truman Medical Center's Resilient Connections. But that's not all. We also acknowledge, yes, oftentimes we hear about an opportunity or an achievement gap in education in Kansas City. And we also, many of you in the education world might have heard about a belief gap or a perception gap for what's possible for kids. I want you to think about just this. We started surveying all of our participants in our events. And by March, after we had convened over 100 community leaders and educators, 0% felt that there was a palpable movement to make better and a movement around education in Kansas City. Today, of our fellows, 100% believe that a movement already exists. So think about the power of that. And today I want you to suspend any disbelief, any hesitation around what is possible for our city, for our schools, for our kids, and listen to them. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to Lanessa Cook.